necessarily the elimination of the pest, but rather its control in such a way as to assure that the quality of the crop meets the buyer's specifications. In constructing an integrated pest management strategy, it is important to develop a scouting program. Knowing the life cycle of the pest will help you know when to scout. You should know how and where it overwinters, conditions for infestation and time frames they occur, and secondary infections. A scouting plan should take place during critical times so that no time is wasted. A history of pest management for vineyard blocks is the best indicator for where to start your scouting. Tagging vines is a good method for scouting, ensuring that you can make accurate comparisons from year to year. Blocks should be scouted at appropriate times for different types of pests. The key to effective scouting is knowing your vineyard. Scouting styles vary between growers. Using a vehicle to scout large areas can be useful, but when a problem is identified, it is always best to inspect the canopy close up. This gives you the opportunity to pick up on subtle problems. Be sure to pick out problem areas to scout. Some examples of common problem areas are trees near your vineyard, buildings that block wind, and highly susceptible varieties. When scouting, you may only see the symptom or damage of the pest. Keep in mind this does not necessarily mean the pest is still there. Scouting equipment is fairly basic and inexpensive. A clipboard is a good idea for vineyard maps and scouting worksheets. Keep a pocket knife handy for cutting open shoots, scraping trunks, and skinning berries to see what's inside. Flagging tape will help you mark problem sites in your blocks. Bring along vials that you can place grapes or insects in. Ziploc bags are convenient for keeping leaf samples. A camera is also a fairly inexpensive tool that can help you identify a problem by sending pictures to others to help with identification or comparison.
Scouting's vital to our operation when we practice IPM. We have our scheduled spray program, and then we spend the rest of the summer scouting. It's important because it saves us a lot of money in terms of materials that we would have to use. We can avoid using materials across the whole farm late in the season by scouting and just hitting the hot spots.
I think scouting is very important to our grape farm because the more we scout, the more we can save in our spray program, time-wise, equipment-wise, and chemical-wise.
Every Monday I go out and scout every block and just take a look to see what's out there in terms of disease pressure, in terms of insects and weed pressure. For the most part, I scout every block just the same. You do it every week and it becomes routine. It really doesn't take that much time to just bounce in and out of every block. I would say we probably concentrate more towards the wooded edges in terms of berry moth and those types of things. Generally, our blocks that have disease problems or insect issues are the same blocks year in and year out, and you know where those are. They've been the same blocks for years. In terms of keeping records, probably we could improve a lot by mapping our weed pressure better than what we're doing now. Major advantages for scouting would include just saving cost in terms of amount of material we'd have to use. We use scouting as a tool to determine where we have to spray late in the season or if we have to spray. The alternative to that would just be to broad spray everything. Every spray we put on costs probably between $3,000 and $4,000 for the whole farm. So if we can save 1 or 2 sprays per season, it's significant. It could be thousands of dollars that we save by scouting rather than preventative spraying.
We've got it down to a 2-spray program for the whole farm, and I can only remember 1 or maybe 2 years we've gone back in with a 3rd or maybe the 4th spray on a few acres.